Also, this is my forecast for Monday, and let's go over the three pairs. So the first one is the euro dollar, and we are still in this range, still haven't broken the low or the high, still just ranging. And I'm waiting for the price to break the low or the high. What I can forecast currently is that we will just continue in this range because the euro really likes to range for a long time. What I would like to see is a nice descending, just a second. So a nice descending that breaks the low, push to the upside, look for a trade, or a nice impulse, then look for a trade. What would be the best option would be an impulse, pullback, another impulse, then look for a trade. So same thing to the upside. I would like to see a clean ascending that breaks the high, impulse down, look for a trade, or an impulse up, look for a trade. And the best option, as I said, impulse, pullback, another impulse, then look for a trade. This will also signal a nice good trend. So yeah, the euro is not doing anything currently, and I'm just waiting for the break of the low or the high. Now for the Aussie and the US dollar, we were stuck in this range, in this flat range, and there were liquidity areas. So here there was a liquidity area, and above there was a liquidity area full of stops. We then reached the lower liquidity area in a descending fashion, meaning that we were taking out stops and retracing, and also taking out these stops from this prior range. But what we then got is an impulse to the downside, and it was a nice, clean, big impulse. So I was looking for a trade. I was actually looking for a bomb right here, but because we opened and retraced, so we shot straight to the upside, I didn't put any orders on. And to me, this is just signaling that we are just going to be ascending and then have an impulse to the upside. So then I would start searching for trades. Or maybe we will get this ascending structure, then impulse to the downside, also look for a trade. What I can forecast is that most probably we will just continue ranging between the low and the high. And I am not looking for a bullet trade because I saw this as we opened, I saw an impulse to the upside. And to me, this is not really a high probability trade when this happens, because I know that we can just shoot back up, as I said. So I'm not looking for a bullet, and I obviously was not looking to enter a bomb. What can also happen is a descending that breaks the low, then look for an impulse to the upside, then a trade. Or maybe an impulse to the downside, look for a trade. Also, what can happen, impulse to the downside, pullback, another impulse, look for a trade, signaling a trend. Same thing to the upside. So forgot to mention that we can get this, as I said, an ascending, then an impulse, and then a pullback, then another impulse, and then I would look for a trade. This would be very high probability because it will signal a trend, and we had this and we had that sort of structure that I was looking for to play out. So yeah, that's it for the Aussie and the US dollar. Not looking for any trades, just waiting for the break of the high or the low. So the last pair, the Aussie and the Japanese yen, really similar story to the Aussie US dollar. We had this flat range. There were liquidity areas below and above. We then reached the lower liquidity area, retraced all the way, giving us a descending structure. So I was looking for an impulse to the upside, which I would enter, and it would be very high probability. But what we then got is a huge, very big impulse to the downside, and I was looking for a trade because this signaled to me momentum, strength, and that we are maybe starting to trend. So what made me stay out and not take a bomb or a bullet is same on the Aussie. We opened and shot straight up, signaling to me that there is actually momentum to the upside now, and there is a momentum shift. So I don't want to be taking any trades. What I would have liked is that we got a small range here, then break of the high, then I would enter a bomb. But we didn't get that. We actually got momentum to the upside. And what made me stay out of the bullet is that, well, when we see this occur, so an impulse to the downside, then momentum to the upside, then this ascending, what can happen is that we just have another impulse to the upside, and then we get a trend to the upside. So yeah, that's what made me stay out of this bullet, because of this momentum shift right here. And because we opened and didn't get the small range here, so it was Monday and really we needed to be patient. So yeah, currently I am also waiting for the break of the low or the high. What I can forecast is that most likely we will just continue ranging between the low and the high. We know that Mondays and Tuesdays are predominantly range bound. Maybe on a Wednesday and a Thursday we will get some sort of a trend. We will see. We can also just have this ascending structure, break the high, have an impulse to the downside, then I will look for a trade, definitely. We can just shoot up from here. I will also look for a trade. And as I was saying, we can get an impulse, pull back another impulse, signaling a trend. I will look for a bullet trade right here, and it will be very, very high probability. Same thing can happen, but to the downside. So a descending, nice clean descending, breaks the low. We get an impulse to the upside. I will look for a trade. Or maybe we will just shoot to the downside, look for a bomb. Depending how the price action looks and how the pullback looks, I will look for a trade. Or we can get an impulse, pull back another impulse, look for a bullet trade. This would be very, very high probability. So yeah, those are this is the forecast for me personally. I'm waiting for all of the free pairs to break the high or the low, and currently not looking for any trades. So yeah, that's it for the forecast. See you in the next one.